Hey CHC, this is Coach Tristan here with Chapter 1 TPTS, Fats versus Carbs. So for this first vlog, in conjunction with the release of the Nutrition Challenge, I wanted to take the time to talk about two really important macronutrients and their role in exercise performance, fats and carbohydrates. But before we start talking about fats and carbs, we have to talk about three bioenergetic systems and how they play a role. That is going to be oxidative, glycolysis, and then phosphoagen. So let's get started. Our oxidative system here is our energy system that is responsible for creating energy at rest and during really low intensity exercise. Okay? This can also be thought of as aerobic or the energy system that we use on active recovery days. This energy system is great at creating lots of energy for long periods of time. So you could think about this energy system being at use during long, slow, easy runs, or in the CrossFit world for a workout like Murph. Okay? The primary fuel that is used for creating energy in this oxidative system is fats. So in a nutshell, this is our oxidative system. Our second energy system is glycolysis. Now, glycolysis is our middleman, okay? Glycolysis creates a moderate amount of energy for a moderate amount of time. And the great thing about this is that it is great to use at slightly higher intensities than our oxidative system. As far as CrossFit's concerned, this is really good for a lot of our CrossFit workouts, like Fran, Grace, Isabel, or in the running world for a max effort run between 800 meters and a mile. Glycolysis is at work here, creating energy thanks to the use of both fats and carbs. So, at a quick glance, this is glycolysis. Last but not least, our third energy system is phosphogen. Phosphogen produces energy at really high intensities. So, on the opposite end of the spectrum from our oxidative system, we have phosphogen, which can be thought of as anaerobic, and this can be used for short periods of time for bursts of energy to be used during exercise. So, but the thing with the phosphogen system is that it can create that energy for really high intensity, but then you need to recover for a long amount of time after creating energy in this energetic pathway. A fun fact about it is that all this creatine that we're taking at night or after our workouts, this creatine is used to aid this system. Okay? So examples of workouts where the phosphogen system would be at use would be during max effort sprinting, 1 rep max lifting, so snatch, clean and jerk, back squat, or pretty much any exercise that's done at a maximal effort, high intensity, for a duration of 10 seconds or less. And last but not least, our primary fuel for this phosphogen system is carbohydrates. So, in summary, these are our three energy systems: oxidative, glycolysis, phosphogen. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about these substrates, fats and carbs, and how and when they're at use during these three energy systems. Is this good, Sarah? So, here on the board, what I've drawn up is a chart that shows us when fats and carbs are at use during different intensity exercises. So down here on our x-axis is exercise intensity, starting at low exercise intensities and then going up towards high exercise intensities. What we have, if you look at this blue arrow starting up here and traveling down, we have fats for energy. Okay? So at our low intensity exercise, we have a high amount of fats being burned. Okay? But as exercise intensity goes from low to high, our fat usage is starting to decline there. Okay? Then on the opposite side, starting down here with this green arrow, starting at our low exercise intensity, this is carbs being burned or being used for energy. At low exercise intensities, there's not a lot of carbs being burned. But as we start to creep up and our exercise intensity starts to increase, we're burning more and more and more carbs. Okay? So relating this back to our three energy systems, a lot of fats are being burned here. This is our oxidative system here. Down here with our carbs for energy, and we start to be really high towards the other end over there. At high exercise intensities, we're seeing phosphogen system. Okay, our phosphogen system burning a lot of carbs and almost 100% carbs at maximal effort or really high intensities. So we do have this crossover effect in the middle here between fats and carbs, and if you pay attention, as you guessed it, that's our glycolysis. That's our glycolytic pathway where there's a mixture of fats and carbs being burned for energy. So if you've ever heard the expression carbs burn in the flame of fats, essentially what that means is first we start burning these fats as we start to begin exercise. That's during our warm-up, right? But then as we start to feel a little bit more warm and spend more time warming up and getting into our exercise, our progression, starting to get ready for the workout, we're shifting from fats and our oxidative system to glycolysis in the middle there with the crossover, and then hopefully up to the phosphogen system at really high intensities, burning mainly carbs. So in summary, what this all means is fats and carbs are both really important. Okay? The usage of fats and the usage of carbs, it depends on what kind of workout you're doing for that day, right? So if you're going to go on a really long run, you're going to stay in the oxidative system. You want to make sure that you do have those healthy fats in your body in order to support that energy system. But if you know you might have a really high intensity workout, like an open workout coming up, you might need to be more prepared or stocked up on having more carbohydrates ready in your body in order to support that system and the exercise intensity that you're going to ask your body to produce energy for. So, in summary, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for next month's edition of our next vlog number 2 as we get ready for the Open and we start talking to people about why they do the Open and why you should too.